we're continuing with such an important conversation, which is bullying.
Yeah. And the topic of today's show is bullying, of course, and we've had the opportunity to speak to young Lelo Mofokeng, the 8-year-old author of How I Survived Bullying, and also Nkini Phasha, the vice chairperson at the South African Depression and Anxiety Group. So we started chatting a little bit before the break on cyberbullying, and what I find interesting is the idea that when somebody is behind a screen, they're not seeing the impact of their words. They're not sitting in front of a real human being that they can touch and feel, and so it's easier to really get vitriolic and just say horrendous things online. Is that a factor? And
Bonnie, do you know what's so interesting? At the top of the show, you asked me if I've ever been bullied, and offhand, I imagined young Balisa, and the answer was a flat-out no. But of course I have. Cyberbullying, people and those Twitter fingers that are so quick to go off and criticize and judge, especially being on a platform that we are in. People feel like they can say almost anything to you.
Or just simply retweeting. I mean, that on its own, you're perpetuating.
And laughing.
You know,
like,
absolutely. You are actually, perpetuating the bullying, the victimization. So really, I think, remember as well, the bully always knows that they're doing something wrong. They know that they are doing something wrong. So being behind that smartphone and saying all those things or sharing those videos, I mean, and that's what we are seeing more and more in our schools, that a group of, bullies will go and attack their victim whilst others are busy recording. To do what to do? To actually then upload that onto and disseminate it, and again, taking the power, from the victim.
Yeah, and also, how does kind of like that mob psychology play into bullying? Because I find it's so easy for people to just jump on the bandwagon, like you just said. If there's seemingly a leader who seemingly is in control of controlling everybody, telling them what to do, so many people are so happy to just carry on.
Certainly. I mean, you know the dynamics in most schools is that, you want to be part of the it group. So if you can align yourself with that group, what does it do? It saves you from being bullied, So absolutely, that plays a significant role. And I think, during the break, you said something quite interesting with regards to gender. That, if it's a girl bullying a boy, the boys are taught... It gets dismissed. But also, the boy becomes very, very scared to even say a word because, we are going to refer to him as being a weakly, a sissy, and so forth. Stand up for yourself kind of thing.
You know what, Mr. Phasha, I think your expertise is needed. We've got a caller on the line who wants to stay anonymous. Hi, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
I just want to give an opinion. According to the devices, it's actually, I would say, more education at home, starting at the parents, disciplining. You see more younger and younger children getting devices, and actually it starts also with the parents. The children and the bullies is actually mainly the children that seeks attention and getting frustrated and aggressive, not getting the communication and the attention they should get from the parents, because the parents themselves are so busy on their devices and on social media. And as I say, it's actually both parents and children that actually lacks communication, empathy, and get the children more at ease and less frustrated.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your comment,
Thank you. Thank you.
Certainly, I mean, charity begins at home.
Absolutely.
So quite critically, what our caller is saying. Indeed, I think parents, we should be invested, we should be present, we should really, really, teach our kids.
And speak to them.
And that bully as well, be able to identify if there is an underlying problem, that actually they're then taking that out of the house, out of the home, into the school and on the playing grounds.
I recently had a conversation with my son, and he said to me, Mom, I've got something to tell you, but I don't want you to react and I don't want you to do anything about it. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. And I was like, what do you think I'm going to do? He's like, Mom, I know you. I know what you're going to do. And then I realized that sometimes our children maybe understand that I'm going to get through this. This time is going to pass. But I just need to run it by somebody, and I need somebody to hear me. And just as a mom, what advice can you give to mothers out there whose child comes home and they've been bullied and they're hurt and they're crying? crying. I mean, your first instinct is to attack, right? Yeah. But what other things should we do?
I think we're too busy. I think everybody's so busy, we don't have time to listen. Kids always give you an indication when they want to talk. So sometimes the child knows that if mom is driving, that's when I need to talk to her. But we don't do that. So if you're driving, for example, and they say, Mom, switch off the radio and listen. Or bath time. Go and talk to your child and listen to what they have to say. Sometimes it seems irrelevant, but then that's the way of learning to communicate with you. Like, oh, I can get mom in that corner. When she's quiet and she's sitting in bed at night, maybe that's the time to chat with her. So what I do is a gratitude journal. Every night, ever since he was little, about 4, he writes 5 things he's grateful for. I write 10 things that I'm grateful for. No negativity gets involved because every day we try to find 10 things and 5 things that we are grateful for every single day without fail. And I promise you it's helped him with his confidence and for him to be able to communicate with me.
I truly believe in the same. I call it the attitude of gratitude. And the more positivity you exude and you share with people, the more comes back.
We play a gratitude game on the way to school. We always we list 5 things that we're each grateful for, and it's beautiful. It does beautiful things for the children. So thank you so much for joining us today, Nkini, and you, Lelo, and congratulations again. We're so proud of you.